music. C.S. Lewis writes about our relationship to beauty. He talks about the notion, or writes about, he didn't talk, I wasn't there when he said it, that it's not, thank you very much. Somebody back there did the math. 56, 50, oh, that's funny. That it's not so much that our souls simply like to admire beauty, but something about beauty draws us because we long to be beautiful. And so I make art, I write songs because I love music. It's not really the other way around. Like, it's really other people's songs that continue to spur me on to continue to be an artist. It's more like I'm a music fan and now I get to do the thing. And so I'm thinking of years and years and years of, I'll give you a few highlights. And the one, well, a couple bands you'll probably know. I was 13 when U2 came through town on the Joshua Tree tour. Like, huge, legendary rock show. The Pretenders opened up. It was a great, great show. Holding hands with 70,000 people singing, like, everything's gonna be all right. And it wasn't. Yeah, things went downhill. But economically, mainly. But nonetheless, the great, great moment. The night before that, we had actually spent the night in the parking lot the night before the U2 concert. And we saw a band called REM play in the smaller arena across the parking lot. One of my favorite bands of all time. The front man of the band, Michael Stipe, in my personal opinion, one of the most underrated, probably the best rock and roll frontman ever. Just phenomenal guy. No one ever talks about him. At one point, there's 19,000 people in the arena, and he's singing this song called Swan Swan Hummingbird. Beautiful song. The place gets quieter and quieter, and 19,000 folks. Quieter and quieter, and he's singing through a bullhorn into the microphone, and at one point it is so quiet, he steps away and in front of the microphone, he's at the edge of the stage, singing with no amplification, just through the bullhorn. Just this, like, magic. Like, wow. It's quite a moment. It's a very powerful song. The following summer, some of you will appreciate this, some of you may not. I was at a club in San Francisco to see a band, and the opening act, everyone was there to see this opening act. We had no idea who they were. It was just, people, they open, we're like, okay, whatever. And that's how they talk in San Francisco. It's, you would hate it. You'd really hate it. And these guys go on stage. And after the, second song, I'm floored. It's the loudest thing I've ever heard in my life, which when you're 13 is awesome. And they were phenomenal. They were this incredible rock band, and we're like, can we buy anything from them? They didn't have an album out or anything. And so I turned to a guy who was there, apparently, who was there with them, and I said, who is this? And he said, oh, they're from Los Angeles. They're a band called Guns N' Roses. Fan for life. Just like time after time, like, and for me, these like really incredible moments with music. And even up to, I'm thinking about this year, one of my favorite songwriters, a guy named Tom Waits, appeared on The Daily Show, and Jon Stewart, normally at the tail end of every Daily Show, he shows some news clip and says, here it is, your moment of Zen. And this episode, he says, here it is, my moment of Zen. And I look at the clock, and it seems like the show is ending early. There are 4 minutes left on a 20-minute show spot. And he just turns over the last 4 minutes of the show to Tom Waits to play this song. And for 4 minutes, you just kind of forget that you're watching TV. And if you're a Tom Waits fan or you have an artist that's like this, there's some people's songs that just kind of draw you in. And what I'm more comfortable saying now than I've been before is those special moments, those moments where music sort of gets you somewhere that you couldn't get to otherwise, they kind of happen no matter which marketplace that song or that artist is born in or out of. And the line that we draw between what is sacred and what is secular sometimes blinds us from seeing that beautiful, wonderful things happen on either side of that line. And so when Tom Waits is playing songs about heartbreak, they connect with me on a level that is as sincere, as sacred, and as human as any other music can get to me. This is another Tom. I don't know what happens to my brain, but somewhere in the middle of the song, I just kind of get up caught between images of flowers and boats. and get them confused. And you don't want to do that because the one floats. So this is thank you very much. It's a horrible, cheap joke. One person didn't laugh and said, which I think is the equivalent of saying -1. But this is from an album, one of my favorite records of all time, called Wildflowers. This is the title track from Tom Petty's album. This is Wildflowers. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong in a boat out at sea. Sail away, kill off the hours. You belong somewhere you feel free. Run away, go find a lover. Go away somewhere all bright and new. I have seen no other who compares with you. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong in a boat out at sea. You belong with your love on your arm. You belong somewhere you feel free. Run away, go find a lover. Run away, let your heart be your guide. You deserve the deepest of cover. You belong in that home by and by. You belong among the wildflowers. You belong somewhere close to me, far away from your troubles and worries. You belong